That's enough of that. Sorry about that, guys. I had it on loop. So, welcome. Did not expect to be doing a live stream tonight, but something very interesting happened. Those of you who have been following me for some time know that we have a random feral cat that moved onto our front porch and had some kittens. We were intending on getting her trapped and neutered, and she went out and got pregnant again. So the two boys from the last litter, Trevor Cat MC and Gandalf, are in the house now. And their sister Tortoiselle went to a really nice home. I actually have to follow up with her tomorrow and just make sure everything is going well. But Cutie Patootie showed up today very, very hungry and very, very skinny. And she did have a little bit of detritus stuck to her tail. So I know that she had her kittens. Now, I had told our neighbor Marcia that I did think she was going to have those kittens over the next few days. And Marcia said, I don't think she's fat enough. And I said, I think she is. So one of the things that Greg, I broke Greg into, formalized psychic work with controlled remote viewing. And he's quite good at it. And so I said, I wonder where she had the kittens. We didn't have, I did, I cleaned out the whole side porch. And so everything's all nice and clean for them out there. I really did expect, thanks, Dave. Dave said, congratulations. I did expect her to maybe bring the kittens and have them, or maybe deliver them someplace else and then bring them onto the porch when she realized that it was a much calmer environment without the crazy teenagers there. And she did not. So Greg and I are going to see if we can locate her with some controlled remote viewing. We'll do the remote view tonight, and then we will look around tomorrow. And so, what do you think, Greg?
I'm sorry, what? That was me. I was getting my lighting and stuff. What do I think about the kittens? Where they at? Or
No, about what we're about to do together.
I don't know. Apparently, I'm a finder of lost pets. So
You're very good at it, in all honesty. So, are you on the right side? No, I got to switch us. I have to put you on the right side. So when I look over, I'm looking at you
I'm facing towards you. So
yes. So, but the blocking doesn't. So, what is? How many kittens are we thinking? I didn't even get that far, Dave. So, the way that Greg and I are doing, they're in a wife of Grumpy Marine says she thinks they're in a shed. So, well, that's a problem because we have a shed. The neighbors have a pretty large barn, and they've already looked through that. Um, she had her last litter before our litter that we raised. She had a litter before, and she had them in there. And so she hasn't chosen that location again. That's already been looked at. We have a shed. We also have a soft side. Hi, Barney. We have a soft sided carport that has a lot of stuff in it. So she could be in there. The neighbor 2 doors down, they used to have a moving company, and they have a great deal of tractor trailer backs out there parked on the property. And those are accessible by the ferals. A lot of the ferals live over there. So it's going to be a lot of set aside we're doing here. I want to thank all the mods for showing up. Thank goodness for having mods on the West Coast and in Australia. And thank goodness wifey is still up. I know she's got a big storm coming. So prayers to wifey. Dave, yes, we can access under our house. There we have a wraparound porch, so we can access under there, but I don't think she's under there. I don't think she is. When she showed up, she was frantic to eat. Oh, thank you, Zephyr, for dropping Barney's link. Thank you so much. She was frantic to eat, and she was wolfing it down like she had to get out of there really quickly. So we're going to do a little bit of a remote view. I thought you were going to show your page, Greg. Oh, your camera can move. Okay. So, and you have the element of surprise on too. Straighten it out. The element of surprise. So, I'm going to bring up my card, my not the card view, but I'm going to bring up my page view so you can see a little bit about what we do here. And I just have the lined paper underneath. You really should do this on, and I have a pendulum because I think we're going to need that as well. And I will bring out one of my pendulum pads. We'll have this at the ready as well. So, the format of your controlled remote viewing, and Greg, you can start doing yours if you want. Just remember in your set aside anything that we talked about, and then I'll do that while you start talking about what you're doing. So, in controlled remote viewing, the writing and reporting process tricks your logical mind into going to sleep or not going to sleep, but doing a task so that your psychic mind can start to present some images. So, what you want to do is follow the specific formula, and you are going to follow military time. So, it is, huh?
2,300 hours.
2,300 hours. And I am in my basement office. I am attended by Greg. And you'll find in controlled remote viewing, your handwriting does get bad as well. The bracelets are getting in the way. And we have no monitor, no monitor. Monitor has a very important job. They are the remote control for the remote viewer. So when I do the private remote views, what I do is I will have someone direct me. So that if I'm doing like a remote view of a historic crime or something like that, the monitor will say, well, I want you to go down the hallway and see what rooms are on the left. I want you to go into the backyard and see what the weather is like, those kinds of things. So all of a sudden your microphone went on.
Yeah, I muted it from the microphone.
Oh, okay. So the set aside process is really important in this, because what we want to do is set aside any of our preconceived notions about where we're going to find these kittens. So immediately I am going to set aside under my porch, because that would be a logical place for her to have them. I don't think that she would, because the teenage kittens were being very rambunctious. They are now being very rambunctious inside the house with our other cats annoying our adult cats. Another set aside for me is we have my she shed outside, which is not finished and the doors are not on. So that is a great location for her to have them. So I'm going to say the she shed. I am also going to say the outbuildings by our neighbor's mom's house. And that was the original house for the farm here. And anything else that I want to set aside? I'm just going to set those aside for now. And we're going to see what elements and what impressions come through. So we do need to give this a coordinate number. Greg, I'm going to give it a coordinate number. 8675309 and ideogram. So, what is an ideogram? An ideogram is a squiggle that represents different elements, different textures, that kind of thing. So, for mine, and then we're gonna describe this, we're gonna touch it, we're gonna get more information from it, that kind of thing. This is the way that Lori Williams teaches remote viewing. It's really cool. If you want to understand more about this, you can take her course at intuitivespecialist.com. I don't teach this, I'm just explaining what I'm doing. So I am going to go through my ideogram and see if I can find any elements that I recognize. And we'll see if Greg's if Greg's I know you guys like my number there, huh? See if any of Greg's ideograms match up with mine. So now we start to go through them and we describe them. So I have this one, it is a curved line that goes up, and oh, Dave doesn't get it. It's a song. Jenny, I got your number. So thanks everybody for being here on this late night live. Curved up line. And that is my ideogram for land, but it's sideways. And then large loop. And that is.
I forgot what it is.
Did you?
Yeah. Straight horizontal line is land.
Yes. I don't know if you guys can hear the drums upstairs. Angus came in second in the country, or third in the country for the band, second in the country for the percussion, which he was really excited about. So, hi, CCD. Land. Let me see. So one of the things you can do in controlled remote viewing is you can touch the locations and you'll get more information. Touch the ideograms. So 6A, small loop. And then I have to flip over. You have to keep moving down the page in remote viewing. And this is not my favorite pen for it. I like the gel pens for it, where everything kind of slides all over the place. And it is now 2306. And yes, you do have to do the same format at the top, because this is what is taking my mind off the psychic stuff. Monitor. And impressions are coming in under porch. I'm setting aside the she shed. I'm setting aside the outbuildings by neighbor's mom. So we are going to put 7A straight line upward. 7B, and that is land. So my ideogram contains a lot of elements of natural material. Socrates, Greg found a dog that was on the move. He did really, really well. So you know, you can find a dog on the move. This actually would have some applications with the pet finder groups that we have. So I have a lot of elements that are natural. So natural can be stone, it can be rocks, it can be that kind of stuff. I'm getting concrete, and I'm getting various sizes of chunks of concrete. And I want to stop because I don't want to interfere with Greg's. Are you still working, honey?
I already did mine.
Oh, you already did? What did you get?
I'm drawing it.
Oh, you're drawing it. What?
You know, that's how I work.
Yes, I know that's how you work. So I honestly hate to say it. I've studied this for a long time, and I think Greg is better than I am. But you know, we all have our appliances that we're better at. So you know, with the that we have, Greg's better with the smaller ones. I'm better with the big one. Not great, but you know, I'm better with that. So we all have different appliances that we like to work with. And so this is one that I think is more Greg's forte because of the reporting format, because of the artistic part. I am not very artistic. So what I am getting is that I can tell you this much. I'm getting there's a lot of rubble. So I'm gonna finish some of this out, and I'm going to let Greg take over and explain what he sees. So turn that to the camera and you explain what you see. How do you reverse what?
All the text is backwards.
I think they see it correctly. So yeah, can you guys let us know if you see it correctly? I see it correctly. It's not backwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see it backwards.
Okay. All right. So what do you see?
So my ideogram was just a weird squiggle, but it had a lot of circles and upon circles and a few lines in it. So my first one that I keyed on was a long line here.
Can you put it to the screen so we can see what you're doing? Sorry, it's been a rough day. It's been a rough day for all of us.
So I actually started my ideogram here, and I kind of did like a swivel. But the first thing I keyed on was this long line. Right, so that's land. Then I have this intersection, which is some kind of structure. It's a right angle kind of a structure. And then there's another curve. So it's a small amount of nature. And then 4 is a big.
Can you bring your picture down just a little bit? Thank you. Okay, now I got it.
Right, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I had these 7 points that all stuck out to me in this ideogram. So as I said, this one was land. So it's our ground.
Okay.
And then 2 was an intersection, which is kind of a right angle. I made that as some kind of a structure, which is over here.
Okay.
Number 3, I had a small curve intersecting a straight line. When I honed in on it, it was kind of like a small amount of nature next to some kind of a hard surface.
Okay.
Number 4 was a large arc, so I figured that was a large piece of nature, like a tree.
Okay.
And then number 4, well, that was number 4. Number 5 was this kind of a straight line, and I had elevated flat.
Do you guys look at my 5? My 5 is the same way. It's elevated and flat.
And then number 6 was another intersection of a structure. And then 7 was doesn't really go in ideogram, but it felt kind of like a bowl or like
a divot,
a hollow. Yeah.
Yes.
So my conversion of that is basically it's our shed. Okay?
You think it's in the she
It's
shed?
in the she shed. It's the ground. It's elevated.
Underneath?
No, it's elevated above the ground, but she's in the back of it, behind all the junk that's in there. So she's in the shed, but in the back. And she made a little like divot out of like the stuff that we have back there because there was a hollow back there. So that's probably where she had them. Because it's nice and safe and it's all that stuff. But we have the trees behind it, right?
Okay.
This is as if we're looking at it from our house. So I have it over on this side in the back corner.
Okay.
But it's elevated, which is what it is, and then this is the ground. This was the grass that's in front of the shed right here,
Okay.
and then this is a tree. This is the largest, number 4, and this is the actual shed. This was this 5 and the 6.
So what I'm getting is the concrete blocks that we have. So Greg's mic isn't on CCD. He's got to talk really loud. If he puts his mic on, it sounds terrible. But underneath, we had some bags of concrete that they got exposed, and so they turned into concrete blocks. And so I had the boys put them underneath. The shed was elevated, and you could see the underneath where it was on the supports. So I had the boys stack up the concrete blocks there. And so I'm seeing the concrete blocks and some of the rubble that's under there. So I think she may have had them under there, may have gone into labor under there. Maybe she moved them. I don't know. But I think we'll probably put the trail cam out, or we'll look and see if she's over there. And if so, we, are we going to interfere and move the kittens again?
Well, you want them to be in the line again?
I don't know.
I'll put this on.
I mean, I do you want to put your camera back on you?
Yeah, I have the mic on. Can you guys hear me now?
Can you hear Gregopedia?
Am I here?
Oh, why doesn't that work?
I don't know. How about now?
I don't know.
All right. Anyway.
So I'm thinking we're in the shed too. So what do you guys think? What's wifey? You think she's in the she shed already? I don't see why she wouldn't go in there. It's a fabulous space. Mm-hmm. What do you guys think? Where do you think Cutie Patootie is with her little kittens? She was frantically hungry. So I felt very bad for her. And I don't want to go out there and disturb her just yet. I'm kind of hoping that she's going to grab those kittens and bring them back into the nursery. So we'll see. We'll see if she does. I'm sure she will bring them when they get a little older. I'm sick of these kids.
Sick of these kids. Take them. Take them. I don't want them.
So guys, what did you think of the live remote view that we're doing? What'd you think? Did you have fun? Was this a good we're grandparents again? I had to tell the boys in here, I had to tell them, you guys have brothers and sisters again. I don't know where they are. Right after their sister left. So there's more of them. There's plenty more to go around. So I thought this would be fun. I thought it was going to be a neat thing to do. And she might think the shape is this. The shape is shed. The shape is shed. I can't even talk. She might. There's no doors on it though, so I don't. Perhaps none of the male cats have been out and around there. So she may have decided to do that. So oh, CCD, that was why we actually brought the big kittens in, because we knew she got pregnant again. She started to get chubby, and she was getting really saucy with the teenage cat. She's always been a very attentive, sweet mother, and she was slapping the snot out of all of those kittens. Just every time they came near her, she slapped them. When they came near the food, she was growling at them, and I was like, all right, it's time to get them out of here because she's not putting up with it anymore. So but CCD loved it. I'm glad you loved it. I'm glad you thought this was fun. Everybody else, did you guys dig this? So nice little 30-minute live we did.
You can hear me now. I have the microphone just slightly up, not enough that it's echoing and heard. Yes. Okay.
But yes, wifey, our intention was to have her spayed prior to her getting pregnant. But she was still nursing the kittens, and we were under the impression that she could not get pregnant while she was nursing. That is in fact false.
So wrong.
We were so wrong on that. Cats can actually get pregnant 4 weeks after giving birth to kittens, and lesson learned. But we do have the Trap and Neuter organization on speed dial. They have collected all of the other feral cats, and all of them, with the exception of one female and Cutie Patootie, have been trapped, neutered, and returned to the wild, or put up for adoption. Two of them went up for adoption. So
I told her she had to get fixed, but she looked at us and said, "I ain't broken."
I ain't broken. Yeah, she's not broken. She got I was like, oh, you got your figure back right away. You look great. You know, I was like, look at you, you little sexy thing. Oh, I know. But I do think she found it very easy to, hi Cindy. I think she found it very easy to have this litter with human nannies taking care of her. She was coming here. She was getting brushed every day. She was getting 2 meals a day. Yeah, Cutie. Well, Cutie's pretty. She's pretty. She's really pretty. So, yeah. In a weird kind of way. Yes.
Unique. She's certainly unique.
She's definitely unique. She looks very Egyptian to me, but she's not Egyptian. Oh, so we were going to say how many kittens do we think are in there? Let's use the pendulum for that. Let me bring up this, and let's see what we get on the pendulum.
Roll a D6.
Huh?
I should probably roll a D6.
Do you want to roll a D6?
I don't have one. Well,
do you not? How could that be?
They're all over there.
Oh. So her last 2 litters, or possibly her only 2 litters, we don't know if she's had other ones. There were only 3. So let's see if we've got more here. How many kittens? How many kittens did Cutie Patootie have? Oh, that's a big number.
2 kittens. 3 kittens up.
We got a 5. I think, wifey, I think you're right. I'm getting 5 too. Oh, that poor thing.
Kittens.
That poor thing.
Lost their name.
She didn't feel that big though. So I hope everything's okay. That was like my one big concern with her, is that I didn't want her to have complications out in the wild. So right now, we've got wifey and me thinking there are 5. So hopefully she is going to bring those kittens into the lanai and chill out for a little while and not get her freak on anymore. Right, Greg?
Yeah. Stop bringing that milkshake to the yard.
Well, she gets that from me. Well, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. I hope you enjoyed this. We're gonna have fun with Greg and bring some more value to the channel. So here's a little remote view, a quick remote view. CCD saw the number 4. So 4 live births and 1 didn't make it. Okay. That happens, that was one of the things about being on a farm is sometimes they don't make it. Sometimes your pets are food. And I mean, I didn't do that kind of stuff. But I'd be like, no, that lamb is mine. No, Clarice. So yeah, I did have a friend who his sister was in 4-H and she raised a calf from birth and I then took it to get butchered and I was like, I don't even know how that kid did that. Like I can't think of anything more
Yeah, when
hard.
I was a kid, and when you used to do the little piggies thing, this little piggy went to the market. Oh, this he went shopping.
He's like all dressed up.
No,
Yeah,
he didn't go
no,
shopping.
that's,
He
that
was
piggy
big
didn't go
enough
shopping.
to take the market.
Yeah, Richard Scarry ruined that for us though, because I think Richard Scarry is the one who did it. Don't name your
Oh, yeah. Once
food.
you name it, it's no longer food, it's pet.
Yeah, I don't know. So, well, we'll see if we can locate some kittens. And we do have coyotes, we have hawks, we have snakes, we got all that here. So, we got wild turkeys,
Still think there's a chupacabra.
and there might be a chupacabra out there. We're going to talk about chupacabra one of these days on Super Nat Sat, which is a show that I will be doing with my wonderful and weird husband, Greg, who is interested in all things supernatural like me. And we will be talking about chupacabra. I think this week we are yes, Dave, I will do breaking news. You'll get texted first though. But this week, I think we are going to go out to a location called the Spy House, which has a great history in the Revolutionary War here in New Jersey. And it was a house that had both spies and spies for both sides. It had British spies, had American. They weren't called Americans, but it had the rebel spies there. There was a lot of action that went on there and there were pirates that were there, and it's a very small house and it is currently not open to the public, but years ago they used to do ghost tours in it. I was so lucky to have gone on a few of them, and then the historical society had it shut down because they were doing candlelit ghost tours. They weren't candlelit, we had regular lights on. We weren't endangering the building, but they had them shut down because they were afraid of the building burning down. And I think Greg and I are going to go out there. Lots of people see stuff in the windows, and it's in a really cool area right by the water. So we are going to probably bring you there. So absolutely. Oh, and wifey said this, can we check out the White House ghost as well? There's a huge black cat that shows up when something awful is going to happen. Yes, we could look at that. Oh, but right now it is 11:30. Mama is tired. How about you, Greg? Are you tired?
I had a nap earlier, so.
He did have a nap. You got up early though.
Yeah.
So we are going to call it a night. I'm certainly going to call it a night. We'll keep you guys posted tomorrow. If we locate those kittens, we will let you guys know where we found them. So there, and to be sure, we both thought the shed. Wifey thought the shed. CCD thought the shed. And what is going to happen is if it's not in the shed, we're going to look at the ideograms that we drew and the notes that we took, and we're going to see if maybe we saw something and misinterpreted it. Sometimes your preconceived ideas get in the way of that. But I do hope that everybody enjoyed this. And tomorrow I've got 3 videos ready for you. So there's going to be a preview video. Then there's going to be one on the excommunication of Prince Andrew and Prince Harry and what the King and the Prince of Wales are working on behind the scenes to deal with the wayward royals. So I hope you'll like that one. Then on Wednesday, we're going to be talking about the federalization of the police department in DC. I'm sure this is going to go over like a huge lead balloon with the Democrats are not going to like what Trump has put into play. So we'll take a look at that and what the fallout from that is going to be, if this federalized police force is going to work or if it's just going to be a nightmare and the start of the orange shirts, not the brown shirts, but the orange shirts, because orange man bad, right? Everyone.
Aloha shirts were the what are they called? What?
The Aloha shirts?
Yeah, what were they called? The something boys, Proud Boys.
They had Aloha shirts?
Yeah, they always wore Aloha shirts.
Oh, for Pete's sake. Well, CCD, I'm catching up to you in a few minutes. So, all right, guys. Me and my extra long hair are going to get out of here. Gregopedia
And my extra long
with his extra long. Everybody in this house has extra long hair right now. We all need haircuts,
Actually,
but
the only one that doesn't is Angus.
oh no, Angus is pretty clean cut. He got a cut before he left.
They're shorter than mine.
So, guys, with that, we're going to say good night.
Good night.
Have a lovely night, and we'll see you in the future.